Hello comic book fans, and today we're talking about the Darkness issue 4. This is the OG Darkness series. We've been going back and forth covering the new Darkness series and the old one. And if you remember the last time we left off, both Jackie Estacado, Sanaa, I believe that's how you pronounce it, which is pretty much the cult leader that's trying to get Jackie to become the Darkness and take over the world. They're all stuck in the daylight, and these the angels, right, the so-called angels in the series, the angelists, they are very violent. I would say they are even more animalistic in the original Darkness series than they are in the new one, which they seem a little bit more calculated. And in this situation, Jackie shows just how smart he is, because they're all about to get executed and he cannot turn into the darkness in the daylight, and he could not injure the actual leader, but they was lucky enough to capture one of the other angels and use her as leverage to get away. And it just shows, even when he doesn't have his power, even when everything seems to be screwed over, he's stuck in a corner, he's still smart enough and quick on his feet enough to get out of said situation with superpower, supernatural beings. And he made a deal with Sanaa and to give him 24 hours, because right now he has Jenny, right? The cult leader has Jenny, and Jackie doesn't know where she is. He's using her as leverage against Jackie, and now they have one of the angels in their possession as well. And so he pretty much told him, you got all the cards and I saved your life back there. Give me 24 hours to do what I need to do, and I'm all yours. You can do whatever you want, when it comes to the darkness and cold and whatever. And if you remember the video I did on the newer Darkness series, if we remember how he went and took out the Russians and took out the bad guys, that was very cool. And he, automatically knew how to use the darkness. And I just want to show you how it went with the OG series. Yes, he still knew how to use the darkness somewhat, but this was more of a horror aspect, right? When he was questioning them and going to execute these guys for putting his uncle in the hospital. They was trying to assassinate him. This instance, it was more personal, it was more intimate, it was more, again, horror in style and fashion, and just the art itself, how it shows the darkness and the hair in his face, and the detail of how he did his victims. It's a lot more brutal. It's a lot more intimate than it was in the newer Darkness series. Not that I had a problem with that, but as you can see here, he's 110% brutal, and he's going for like the gut each and every time. And the art itself does a perfect job, showing this, and a perfect description of what is going on. And after he's done dealing with them, he simply goes back to the hospital. And this is a part of the series, the part of this particular book in the darkness, that I wonder if they're going to do the same thing in the new series. Jenny, again, she's been held captive by the cult leader, but the cult leader, he has these particular powers and abilities to make you tell him whatever he wants to know about you. And he uses this to his advantage to tell her entire life story, and her entire life story with Jackie Estacado. And she slowly just starts telling him everything he needs to know. Now, he's not just doing this just to do it or just to mess with her. Not only do we get the origin in this fashion in the darkness, but it didn't start off that way. We get the origin of how he grew up, which is, again, a lot more brutal than how the new Darkness series was portraying it. But not only was it brutal, it was a lot more like emotional, I would say, especially the relationship between Jackie and Jenny. But he was doing this not just to get information. He was doing this because he wanted to turn her against him. He was trying to tear that bond between them. Because again, he needs Jackie all to himself. She's not going for it. She's actually a lot more impressive. But he needs Jackie all to himself because he wants to use him particularly and simply as a weapon for the darkness itself. And we come back to Jackie when he goes to hospital, and he tells the guy that's supposed to be watching his uncle what happened, and there's a gun pointed back of his head, showing that he also was in on it. He also was dirty. And as he's about to pull the trigger, after having the brief conversation, Jackie quickly turns into the darkness. He kills the guy and then turns back just in time for his uncle to actually wake up. And just within those 24 hours, not even 24 hours yet, he cleared a lot of his problems up. And now, all the only thing he has left to do is deal with the angels and the cult leader. And that's all I have for this video. Thank you guys for watching this video. Like, share, and subscribe for more. And thank you for watching.